Hello, fellow human family. How's it going? How was Thanksgiving? First thing I have to say is I'm so sorry about this crazy technology business, but you never know. And we never know who and what can show up in the technology world. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are going to talk about the easiest way to get dressed for the holidays today. And I just needed to take a minute and to center myself because sometimes this technology business gets me a little frazzled. And especially when I'm about to do like a, hey, this is how you're going to do this. And everything is ready. I wish you could see it here. It's like all sitting here waiting and very excited to come on camera. All these accessories are sitting here talking to me, going, hey, Liana, we want to teach a lesson. And if you could see what's here, like if you could all be here, those of you who have been here and know me and know what my world looks like, you know that there's abundance is like one of my highest values. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about for a second what you're coming into this conversation with, into this conversation of the holidays, what's happening in your heart, what's happening in your closet, what's happening in what's happening in the world. But just kind of bring it into your own circle. Because I think the thing that where we have the most agency is how we choose to show up in the world. And it doesn't have anything to do with politics. It can, because we can decide that we're going to be upset and hurt and sad and angry and all of those things. Or you can decide, you know what, I'm going to see the world through the lens of my joy. Joy lens. It could be a joy lens. It could be an even bigger joy lens. It could be a really clear joy lens. So why am I doing this? You guys have a choice. We all have a choice. And for those of you who know how many glasses I have, I wanted to take this opportunity while we're going to be talking about accessories. And what's the easiest way for you to excuse me. What's the easiest way? I'm trying to take air in faster than I can take it. What's the easiest way for all of us to take the things that are in our life, that are in our closet, that you accessorize with? But before we go into that, this is why this is called image therapy. Let me get started by saying the easiest way to do it is for us to not add, but to take off. So we are born like this. We see the world in a most beautiful space, and we're children and we go, oh, this is the world. How wonderful. I love it. And then we have a mom who decides that you get to see the world through this lens because mom's really important. And then dad comes in, and then we take on dad's lens. And then there's a teacher in school that decides that they have some sort of judgment on us or not, or view. And then we let go of some other views, just like you saw. And then we add some more views, and then we add some more views, and then we add some more views. And then by the time we're, 30, 40, however we are, we try to kind of walk around the world with all these different lenses and ossified belief systems. And so today I'm like suggesting, let's take the lens off. Let's take all those lenses off. Let's pick up the ones that fell and give them back to the people that gave them to us, because wherever you go, there you are. Who you are is important in the world. Who you are being authentically, wisely, unknowingly, whoever you are, however you are. So having said that, and clearing your palate, kind of like you have an amuse-bouche at the beginning of a meal, and then you clear your palate in between. When we get to clear our palates and get to see ourselves in all of our glory and all of our beauty and all of our distinct joy and sadness and everything, this whole thing, wherever you go, there you are, then you can go into your closet and you can say, okay, you know what? Holidays are coming up. I am not in a place where I can go buy a whole new wardrobe. So I'm coming to you with a t-shirt. Yes, granted, it has a little bit of a thing, but it's actually like a t-shirt. So put on some great earrings. You don't have to put on these earrings. They don't actually have to match. You can put on different earrings. You can put on some big, interesting pearls or something that's fun. It doesn't have to be the same color. It just needs to like make you happy. And if you decide that you want to take pearls and do this, you can do a different pair of glasses. You don't have to do that. You can go with a pair of glasses that kind of match your outfit, but they don't always have to match. Matchy isn't always the thing. And so when you look at your wardrobe, you look at a t-shirt. I'm going to take all these and put them away. When you look at a t-shirt, don't think of it as a t-shirt. Think of it as a canvas. And this canvas you are going to paint. You're going to paint it with different colors. Different color t-shirt, different color canvas. You can do pink, red, skin tone. Skin tone is always like a really great idea. I didn't want to do it in skin tone today because it's a little too flat on camera, so I wanted to do turquoise. So elegant, classy, you're upscaling, you're going to a very, let's say, high-scale dinner party. No one's going to say to you, oh my God, you're wearing a t-shirt. And so here's what happens. It's like we can take a t-shirt and elevate it to classy, elegant, high-level dinner, something that you can even wear to a cocktail party with a classic pair of pants. You don't need any big highfalutin cocktail dress. Or you can take it to just like brunch, breakfast. You can do a little scarf if you want, just to add some color. Now, whatever scarf you're choosing, this happens to be linen. It's got like a bunch of colors in it, including the color of the t-shirt. So whatever you're deciding to do, this can be lunch, brunch, breakfast, coffee, and then you can decide, maybe you decide, oh, you know what? You don't want to wear the same color. You want to wear a different color. So find a different color and take whatever's in your closet and just play. I know I keep saying this to you guys. Play in your closets. It is in the play that we get to experience the creativity and the liveliness of who we are. And I am 1,000,000% sure that what you have in your closet, maybe you're just missing an accessory. Maybe you're just missing a new pair of glasses. That doesn't mean hundreds of dollars. It just means go out, get a little accessory. That's kind of why we are still doing the mystery boxes. So again, t-shirt, no earrings, no rings, no bracelets, no nothing. But here's another scarf. So the reason why I love scarves is because they can have the color of the t-shirt or the base color in there. And then you can do all kinds of cool things with it. It doesn't just mean, oh, well, throw it on you and, wrap yourself up in it. No, it can become a flower. It can become a necktie. It could be worn to keep you warm if you're wearing a t-shirt or a sweater. By the way, it could be a t-shirt, plain t-shirt. It could be a long V-neck sweater, long sleeve V-neck sweater. It could be anything, just something very simple. And as soon as you start taking accessories, or as soon as you start taking something that's a little bit more interesting and you put it on, here, look at that. Let me show you these because I think these are really, First of all, they're really cool, and it's not like, I mean, these are like $60 earrings. It's not like they're Bakelite. It's not a big deal. And even if you take this off, like you decide, okay, I'm going to take this off. I'm not going to wear the scarf. I'm just going to wear the earrings. I'm going to a brunch. Change your glasses. Va-va-boom. Doesn't take that much. Okay? Now, for those of you who are saying, oh, but Liana, you're always wearing brooches. What do we do with the brooches? How do we do that? So let me show you that. This whole thing about brooches is a conversation of you can't have too much going, depending on who you are. You can't have too much going on in, depending on what the size of the brooch is. So I'm taking a very simple silver hoop, silver because my hair is silver. You could also do something turquoisey or a different color, but I don't want to do this turquoise, and I'm going to show you why. Because for me, this is, if I have a brooch here, or if I do another scarf, this is a little too much. So it should be closer to the ear. So let's take a bunch of brooches. So here's one. Flower, I made this one. It's organza and taffeta, and it's got a clip in the back so you can put it in your hair. If you're going to a Mexican party, or if you're going to Hawaii, or it's got a pin in the back, or you can pin it to your outfit. So it's not that complicated, trust me. Hold on, let me put this in the right way. There you go. And it'll stay. It's not going anywhere. Or you can actually pin it, take a needle. Or you can just pin it to your outfit, meaning this is a hairpin. See that? Okay, next. Let's say you want something not so big and not so dramatic and, oh, Liana, those are really big and they're way too much. You can take something simple. Something a little smaller, depending on the scale of your body, depending on the size of who you are, depending on where you're going. Are you more delicate? Do you need something that's a little more delicate? Then you do that. Or if you don't want anything with sparkles, there are some beautiful pins out there, and if you don't know how to choose them, come get a mystery box from Liana. Look at that. So it's not that hard. We just are always, most people are always trying to say, oh, no, that's too much. That's too much. This is too difficult. I don't know how to do that. So let me just say something about this whole conversation about the glasses, because everyone's always asking. But by the way, thank you all for waiting. I know we had technical difficulties today. You were sending me messages. I really appreciate you have this on your calendar, and I appreciate you saying, oh, where are you? Why are you not live? So let's go back and talk about some color. So if you have, let's say you have a turquoise t-shirt, or you have a green t-shirt, you have something that's like on the opposite end of your red glasses, but you really want to wear your red glasses. So right now I tried to match the lipstick with, by the way, this is just a pencil, outlined pencil. So many of you are always asking, how do you get your lips like that? So it's an outlined pencil and it's gloss in the middle. One day I'm gonna do this live and show you. Neutral, because I can wear a white shirt, I can wear a purple shirt, I can wear a turquoise shirt, I can wear all kinds of different things and change it because it looks pretty much more natural. Seeing this looks more natural. Hi everyone, so good of you to be here. So keeping this natural or neutral, we get to change our dress, we get to change our outfit, we get to change a lot of things. But if you want to make a big statement and you're wearing red glasses, or This actually goes for red and burgundy and, you know, all the colors that you can paint your lips in. If you're going to do this, you might want to do red lips. Now, what's really interesting is that, yes, that has to match. The value has to match. The color has to match. You can't just go deep, dark, burgundy, heavy lips and then fire engine glasses. That's not going to be a good idea. Don't do it. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? We have another... Here's what I wanted to show you. This has a very different color combination. And the reason why I'm showing this to you is because it has lilac and gold and turquoise. And it's just different. Okay? You have to find your version of what looks good on you. You have to find your color versions. And there may be colors, like this is not a color I would usually wear on my body, but I can wear it in a print. So the same goes for you. The same goes for everybody. It doesn't always have to be matchy, spot on. This could be a scarf that's going to go on one of my purses, or it can just be an accessory hanging and pulling all the colors of the outfit together. So basically, all of that is up to who you are as a masterpiece. And you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. I promise you, if I were to be your fairy godmother and come into your closet and get to see everything that you have, we could put together at least 10 outfits. And maybe you'll need 4 or 5 extra pieces. But it isn't that complicated. So go play in your closet. The first thing I want you to do is really take a look and see, who are you? Who are you without everyone else's opinion? Because that's where we have agency. When you strip away all the opinions of other people and you get to see yourself, like really see yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, the, oh my God, I'm, getting older, or I'm getting, I have sunspots, and how did that get there? And there's a little more curve on my hip, or it's like the acceptance of all of that gives you a new canvas every year, every 6 months, every 5 years, every however long it takes. As we mature, we get to see a different part of who we are. And you see, other people call it getting older. I don't call that. I call it the masterpiece evolving. It's like a painting that's still being painted by God, by nature, by all of it. And the shift in movement, the shift in the skin, the shift, and I call it the shift because that's exactly what it is. Other people call it aging. I call it saging. You're becoming more of a mature sage. And the acceptance of that is the doorway, is the portal to being able to find the right pieces, to find the right accessories. So one of the things that I encounter with so many of my clients and so out there in the world is that what people have in their heads, and I encounter this a lot in communities where there's hypnotherapists and they're trying to help people to let go of the weight, and they're trying to help people to not be in the state that they're in. So I say letting go. I don't call it losing weight. I say let it go. It's energy that you don't need. So when you've had a lot of energy on your body, excess energy, and you've lived with it for 30 years or 20 years or 10 years, then it's harder to see yourself in the new light. And the acceptance of what's here, what's in the mirror, what is the mirror telling you, is a huge portal to agency. And to know that it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to talk about yourself in a negative way. You don't have to, we do, but talking to yourself out loud in a way that goes, oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't see I had that. Oh, interesting, this is different. Sunspots. Oh, interesting. It's a new piece of my painting. And I know some of you are going to come at me and you're going to go, but Leanna, that's Pollyannish. I'm like, no, it's not. It's what's here. You can either be with what's here and be joyful, or you can have resistance to it and be in a fight with yourself and the world. And do you fight with gravity when your cup falls down? Do you have a discussion with gravity and say, why did that happen? No, it fell and broke. That kind of an acceptance is, okay, this is what's here. Let's clean it up. Let's get a new cup. I didn't like that cup anyway. Whatever it is, it's what's actually happening. And it's the same with our bodies. It's the same with our physical appearance. It's the same with whatever is here. Can you be? This is the whole image therapy foundation. Can you be with life exactly the way it is and exactly the way it is not? Because that is where we have agency. And the acceptance of what's here is a huge part of freedom. So, go grab your accessories. Try to make an outfit. If you need support, I'm here for you. I'm so excited to see all of you. Have a beautiful, amazing holiday season. I'm going to keep doing these. If you have questions, please put in the comment your question. If you're watching this later, make sure that you put #replay. If you're watching it live, let me know what you've learned. I want to hear what you've learned. This is a huge thing. Post pictures about what you've learned. Post pictures about outfits that you've made. I want to see them. Or send them to me in your DMs. I just want to see what you're learning. This is why we're here. In order for you to learn. I want you to learn. I want you to have agency. And if you have questions about what's in your closet, send me questions. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. It's a gorgeous day in LA today. And I will see you next week. Bye. Thanks you all for being here live. Take care.